St Vincent's Care is a long-established organisation in Australia. It's 5 sisters who came from Ireland on a long boat trip, and they established in New South Wales under the governance of Mary Aikenhead, establishing the first hospital in Sydney. And we have a long history of care and compassion for all people in our communities. We do aged care in terms of residential aged care and home care, but we also do a lot of advocating to make sure that people have equitable care, whether that be people who might find themselves homeless or driving better outcomes for women. So we're very involved in making sure that, we serve everyone. Kindness is our approach. St Vincent's is a wonderful place to work. It's full of passionate people who really bring their hearts to work every day. The passion of the people that I work with is inspiring. When I came into the organisation in 2020 using a ticket sort of based management system to bring the team together to collaborate on a shared inbox. So Outlook is very unwieldy when people are trying to manage that as a team. Zoho was already known to the organisation from a CRM point of view because the hospitals had decided on the CRM. But by looking at that product, it automatically gave us an idea of what else we could actually then pick and choose. And Zoho had already been through the process of being authorised for the organisation for use and all the security and protocols and those sorts of things. So we were given permission to set up a Zoho Desk. So I was able to set that up with my team and it worked really well.
We use Zoho Desk for lots of different departments. So just as an example, our contact centre use it for lots of the inquiries coming in. They're able to easily allocate who that needs to go to, filter it and know when it's escalated or closed. Now using Desk, we're able to follow our statuses, automate workflows, and it's just made our workflow much more seamless. We can also therefore see in the CRM if a client's had a ticket raised, and we've got that visibility across systems as well.
Everything feeds into our CRM and it's actioned via our CRM. So we have all of our initial inquiry, documents and things go out via that initial email. And we've got 3 different teams that work in there. So we've got my team in the contact centre, and then we've got our admissions teams on site who work with people through the lead process to take them through, and we also have our accounts team.
So essentially our admissions process is a very big and complex one. We get all of the leads into our CRM from our different sources. And then through that, we take them through the entire admissions process. So this includes touring them through meetings in the CRM, which of course goes to the user's calendar. It includes contracts. It includes application forms. So use Zoho Forms integrated back into the CRM for all of that. With regards to contracts, we use the mail merge feature within Zoho CRM. We merge the contracts, we get those electronically signed. That comes back into the CRM, and then it goes to an admission, which we can push across to our other clinical systems.
The CRM gives us the opportunity to have that workflow basically from inquiry right through to admissions and setting up an account system and, tapping each team on the shoulder, I suppose, when it's their turn to do something. I think another thing which was kind of a fun thing that I encountered, because we use our contact centre platform, which is a browser-based platform, so my team take calls through that. But using Zoho Forms, I was able to set up a really easy way for them to access the information they need in one browser situation and capture details and then feed it into the CRM. So I was kind of solving for my team, but that was kind of a little opportunity just to get some low-hanging fruit to help that customer journey.
So it's a really useful way of other staff members that don't have access being able to input data that we need. So we used to have a paper-based application form, printing them, putting them in files, and now we can just simply do that via an electronic form, which fills our data in our CRM automatically. As aged care, we run lots of different projects and lots of different staff are involved.
We jumped on board with Zoho Projects because we were looking for something user-friendly for people who are project managers and don't run projects all the time.
So now we can create our project groups, we've got task lists, due dates, and we can also now get to resourcing and know when staff have capacity to take on certain tasks. It also means when we get into a meeting, we're able to all talk about the same projects, know where each other are at, and hold each other accountable.
And it's been really great. It's the first time we've actually had visibility of our projects, so we've been able to, provide those to our management so that they can actually see what we're doing. We're hoping to use projects a little bit more with our maintenance space and feed that into our CRM so that we've got our pipeline, so our admissions pipeline and lead nurturing pipeline forming each other in one space, which gives us a really clear idea so that we can, reduce again the steps and the delays and the waiting for information to come manually to us. When we were setting up our telephony system, which was really cool, we were able to put a soft phone feature in, so whoever's answering the call, if they're in the CRM, it will pop up with the details of the person's calling if they're in the CRM. So it's really nice to be able to answer the phone, kind of make that connection with the person you're calling a little bit more intimate, which is important. Some of the leads that we look after, we've set up a really nice workflow. So when the initial lead comes in, we deal with it. There's an SLA attached to it as it comes in, because we've been able to set up the keywords and the automation in the background. So they have a certain amount of time to respond to the first part of the inquiry. That status will then trigger an automatic follow-up at a certain period of time, 3 days' time, for example. They can properly follow up on the inquiry and bring it to a resolution.
Quite often people come up with problems, they can't be solved, or they might take a really long time and be expensive to solve. We find majority of the time when they bring that to us, we'll be able to create a solution within Zoho through one of the applications, through the CRM, and we've just been able to put in so many quick fixes to help the business.
So we wanted to do a better job of onboarding at a team level. We identified there was a real gap with easy to access information about what we do in the customer experience team in particular. So Zoho Learn was sensible because we could start to set up all the different categories and the learning points. So having the knowledge base there makes it really easy to have all of the information for the team in one spot. So it makes sure that the information they have as well is always up to date, so people aren't keeping stuff in different places that goes out of date. So the benefit straight away for me putting in a system like Zoho Desk is you automatically have all the history in that regard. Anybody can pick it up and run with it. So if I get a phone call from someone, which my team do all the time, they can pick up the phone and straight away they've got the whole history of it. I can see that you responded with this and I can see that we're waiting on something else, so that there's never any concern about going back and understanding what happened. Data privacy and security is massive, obviously, and it gets more important and scarier by the day. St. Vincent's is very focused on all of that security stuff, particularly if it's touching customer data. So all of Zoho products are very user-friendly.
The team at Zoho are absolutely incredible. You can get support, you don't need to feel like you're stuck, there's always someone there to help you.
When we're in the supporting part of the organisation or in head office, we don't necessarily have our eyes on how we can really be efficient. So I'd highly recommend Zoho for other organisations, and Zoho for me has put that ingenuity in the hands of the people in head office who support our people on the front line. People have a look at what it can do to get them to the next part of efficiency and people friendliness.